are warnings by the Federal Road Safety Commission. And it's not unusual to blame the ember months, the 4 months that conclude the year, September, October, November, and December, because at this time, several vehicles ply the roads. However, ember months cannot be blamed because most of these road accidents are caused by man-made errors. And today on our discussion segment, our focus will be on ember months and road accidents. It's actually a very beautiful morning here in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. And this is your favorite breakfast show, Morning Safari, reaching you from the studios of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ilorin. Good morning and welcome. I am Amina Yusuf. And you know, as we do it on Morning Safari, apart from our discussion segment, we have all the complimentary segments well packaged for your viewing delight. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Morning Safari, your breakfast Saturday morning magazine show, is available for your patronage. From all shades of opinion to exciting and exclusive interview of personalities, corporate bodies and organizations, for your business and social engagement, event coverage, product launch and rebranding, annual general meetings, we are at your beck and call. You can as well advertise and promote your business, commercial activities, hotel and tourism, entrepreneurship development, and many more are all at our services. Contact us today. The numbers to call are Bola 080-565-30106, Tony 080-349-71969, or visit us at our office, NTA Ilorin, along Fatih Road, Ilorin. You can log on to our social streaming platform live on www.facebook.com/NTA Ilorin. Morning Safari, we serve you better.
Welcome back, and now to our newspaper segments. First is The Nation, above the masthead. NSA, INEC will speed fire over attacks on Commission's office. Buhari to politicians, call your talks to order or else. Insecurity will affect peaceful conduct of 2023 elections, says Abga Chair. The story can be gotten on page 5. Federal government scouts for assets of 13 Boko Haram sponsors. You can get this story on page 4. Below the masthead. Fresh pressure on Atiku over PDP crisis. Former VP confers IBB as Z5 governors meet in Enugu. Atiku's men, candidates disagree over Ayu's fate. New reconciliation moves spearheaded by Taraba governor. Orders. Jonathan denies working with aggrieved governors. The story can be gotten on page 4. Outrage as grandmother compels daughter to kill newborn baby. The story can be gotten on page 2. Federal government files 7 amended charges against Kanu. IPOB leader issues 7 directives to supporters ahead Supreme Court ruling. The story can be gotten on page 7. Italian court rejects Nigerians' $1 billion compensation request against ENI and Shell. The story can be gotten on page 29. $117 million power project to increase transmission by 1,000 megawatts from December, says Minister. The story can be gotten on page 7. Troops kill notorious bandit commander in Kaduna. And at the back of The Nation, with Shegun Ayobolu eliminations. OU at 78. The world won't miss Super Eagle. If you have interest in any of these headlines, get The Nation. And now to Saturday Punch. Beside the nameplate. No regrets joining NSAS protest despite losing leg. The story can be gotten on page 27. And below the masthead. Our support for Tinubu, political and not spiritual. Leader Abuja pastors. The story can be gotten on page 2. Attacks. Police to tighten security at INEC offices. The story can be gotten on page 8. Kidnappings. Police Amotekun curb Southwest Forest. 48 arrested. Make life difficult for criminals, Ogun governor tells security chiefs. Amotekun Security Agency need modern gadgets personnel. 16-year-old suspect arrested for raping sister-in-law, and 9 others. The story can be gotten on page 4. I have no hand in PDP crisis, says Jonathan. The story can be gotten on page 5. Kanu kicks as federal government files fresh terrorism charges. You can get the detail on page 9. El-Rufai commends troops for killing terror kingpin. The story can be gotten on page 9. Court sacks Abia APC governorship candidate, party fumes. The story can be gotten on page 9. Living in the shadow of death, Ibadan communities wear children boycott school to avoid soldiers' bullets. You can get the story on pages 22 and 23. Lady who jumps into lagoon still missing, says Lasma. You can get the detail of this story on page 5. And behind the Saturday Punch is all about sports. So if you have interest in any of this headline, get the Saturday Punch. And to Saturday Sun, beside the nameplate, Abia Imo communities mourn the death. Search for missing persons. We are after those who abducted soldier. Law-abiding residents have nothing to fear, says the military. The story can be gotten on pages 10 and 11. Below the masthead, best restructuring model for Nigeria by Nwodu. Says devaluation of power with states as federating units in regional government better. The story can be gotten on page 29. 2023, Atiku, Okowa, Tambuwal meet IBB in Minna. We all continue to engage Wike Otham orders, says Atiku. Lekki community where drugs are sold in the open. Atiku camp moves to pacify G5 governors. Ex-VP's loyalists reach out to PDP leaders. Stakeholders beg Wike Makinde orders. We all resolve all lingering issues before election, says PDP standard bearer. The story can be gotten on page 30. Federal government files amended charge against Kanu. The story can be gotten on page 29. Kidnapping on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. What Lagos, Ogun, or your governors should do, stakeholders. OPC teams can flush out terrorists from forest in 3 weeks, says Gani Adams. Makinde Abiodun mop out fresh strategies. Why ACF doesn't endorse candidates like Afenifere, Sani ex-SCF's cry. The story can be gotten on pages 22 and 24. And at the back of the Saturday Sun, Bishop Kayode Williams, prison reform advocate. Nigerian prisons built to punish, not reform inmates. Remembering Ken Saro-Wiwa, 27 years now. On. If you have interest on any of this headline, get the Saturday Sun. And now to the Saturday Vanguard. Above the masthead, federal government moves to arraign Nnamdi Kanu, files 7 count amended charges. The story can be gotten on page 8. Shame, Nigeria Air may not fly to US. Ethiopian Airlines subsumes it. Nigeria seats top position 49 equity, loses substantial ownership management. The story can be gotten on page 16. Naira redesign. APC, PDP, LP re-strategize on campaign funding. The story can be gotten on page 9. Below the masthead, CBN on beat about completion of National Theatre project. To host UNWTO, federal government conferences on terrorism, tourism and culture. The story can be gotten on page 7. Tinubu is it. Muslim ticket game changer. Professor Akintola Murik, director. The story can be gotten on page 10. Obasaki set 60 billion naira revenue target for 2023. Page 6 is where you get the details of the story. Buhari to politicians, call your talks to order or else. As federal government tracks 32 violent incidents in 22 states in 1 month. INEC tracks 50 in 21 states. Moves to reprint 65,699 uncollected PVCs destroyed in Ogun. The story can be gotten on page 5. Media holds roundtable on industry regulation on Monday. The story can be gotten on page 8. And at the back of the Saturday Vanguard. It's all about sports, so if you have interest in any of these headlines, get the Saturday Vanguard. And many thanks to our supplier for his consistency in supplying our national dailies. Next on our lineup is fitness. Enjoy it.
Mostly men, they build their body in order for them to look more sexy, tone up their muscles, and as well to look more appealing and attractive. Food intakes really contribute to bodybuilding in order for us to get more results as well. As a bodybuilder, there are some certain nutrition you should take into your body, like more of protein and low of carbohydrates intakes in your body. A bodybuilder tends to build his body in such a way that converts more of the fat to muscles. So, and it requires many devotions, focus, and as well motivations. That's how we can help it. Because this body, the way God has been structured it can be the muscles can be controlled, channeled in such a way that it comes out through what vigorous programs we do, like the programs like building of the triceps, the bicep rather, building of the triceps, and also the upper body.
Welcome back from that. You saw all those bodybuilding exercises. For the ladies who wants to have flat tummy, you can try all those exercises. And the guys that want have 1 6 packs just to impress your girlfriends. So try all those exercises and burn all the fats all over your body. Next on our lineup is health. We're going to educate you on jaundice. Enjoy it.
Jaundice is a yellow color in the skin, mucous membranes or eyes. It is often a sign of a problem with the liver, gallbladder or pancreas. Jaundice is a sign of other diseases. This report talks about the possible causes of jaundice in children and adults.
When we talk about jaundice in children, we can classify it as a physiological neonatal jaundice and a pathological neonatal jaundice. And this physiological neonatal jaundice occur after 24 hours, whereas for pathological neonatal jaundice, it occurs after 24 hours. That's the onset of the disease. Again, one of the causes of this physiological neonatal jaundice, they are the rapid hemolysis of the red blood cells or the hemoglobin, and also the immature hepatic metabolism. These are what causes the physiological jaundice. It is imperative for you to know also that these physiological jaundice that occur in neonates are self-limiting, meaning you don't necessarily need to treat them. They can go on their own. But if it's pathological jaundice are jaundice that occur after 24 hours, and it occurs as a result of underlying diseases or underlying diseases, such as that means they have an ongoing disease that led to this pathological neonatal jaundice, and it's always after 24 hours. For you to understand the concept of jaundice, it's important for us to know that these jaundice are classified. Like this, what we call the pre-hepatic jaundice, and this is a jaundice as a result of rapid hemolysis before the bilirubin is being metabolized in the liver, leading to an increase in bilirubin, and these bilirubins are unconjugated. And there are one of the things that there are several things that can lead to this pre-hepatic jaundice. For example, someone with sickle cell anemia. You know, normally our red blood cells is supposed to take a have a lifespan of 120 days. So anything that will lead the red blood cells to be broken down, normally it will break down to hemoglobin, bilirubin, then from there it enters the liver.
Jaundice is a more severe problem in infants. The complications can be treated.
In short, it is advisable, especially for the neonates, that one of the ways to prevent jaundice is for you to breastfeed your child as much as you can. Exclusive breastfeeding, and don't allow that child to go into dehydration. When you have problem with your health, it is best for you to always visit the doctor.
There is also a short-term case of jaundice, usually caused by infection, which comes with fever, chills, abdominal pain, flu-like symptoms, change in skin color, dark-colored urine, and clay-colored stool.
That's jaundice for you. The doctor has educated you. Mothers, look out for any signs of jaundice on your baby and ensure you prevent it by making exclusive feeding, breastfeeding for your children. And now is our children's segment. Yes, the cartoon, continuation of the cartoon, Process Fury. Enjoy it.
In a world where only cats were living, where the heroes ran in sword supply to a land so harsh and unforgiving. Rode a hero, the blazing samurai. When one town was found to be in danger from the evildoers dropping by.
Mind, you're harshing my mellow.
Oh, sorry. Teach me something.
How about patience?
Come on, teach me anything. Seriously, let's do this. I'm ready for it. How about these?
You're not ready for those.
How hard can it be?
Samurai Hank! Sumo is in town!
What's a sumo?
He's a giant! Samurai Hank, you have to do something!
Right.
Oh, no, no way. You are not ready, not even close.
Okay, then we'll go together.
No. Not my job, not my fight. And you are not prepared.
So is someone going to do something?
Yeah, is someone gonna do something?
No, someone, nothing.
You know she's gonna go over there.
Not my student, not my problem.
But this is kind of my job.
I could totally take that guy.
You should know that I am a highly trained, mostly trained warrior, skilled in the ways of karate and swordplay, as well as musical theater. In your own best interest, you should surrender. You're under arrest. Wait, you've got something on your...
Sumo have had a mummy bean on face. Sumo very allergic.
So, we're all good then?
Welcome back, and I hope our kids at home enjoyed this cartoon. Don't worry, the continuation will come up next week. And now to our discussion segment. But before you meet my guest, let's take a background report on the topic: Ember Months and road accidents. Enjoy it.
September to December every year are regarded as the Ember Months, characterized with lots of activities, resulting in increase in human and vehicular movement.
To me, there is no difference in Ember Month to any other month. Because it's just that the feelings of everyone makes it to look like, okay, at Ember Month, things happen. It happens every month. Whatever people think happens at the Ember month, it happens every month.
Ember month is like any other month. The difference is that the last 4 months that end with Ember, September, October, November, and December. This period, we call it like the rush hour, because the increase in vehicular movement, and by so doing, the volume of traffic increases. That's the only difference, but it's like any other month.
Ember month is always the last 4 months of the year. September, October, November, December. And the month is very special to we in the Traffic Management Agency. Those end of the month, end of the year time are the most active time of the year, where people, the commuters, will be much on the road. People will want to traveling back to neither their villages or returning back to their place of work.
During this period, accidents occur more often than ever because of the high volume of traffic, especially intercity transport operations. Motorists at this period are always in the rush to make more shuttle services, which often lead to overspeeding, overloading, ignoring of traffic signs and symbols, all in the quest of making fast money during the Yuletide season. Usually, as the year runs to its end, people tend to strive harder to meet up with their set targets and expectations geared towards Christmas and New Year celebration. This can result in loss of focus on safety consciousness, thereby engaging in nice journey and overspeed, among others.
We here in Kwara State Command, we have taken some measures to ensure that we cope such situation. Presently, we are embarking on a mobile court and also a field safety check. The field safety check is where we go to the parks, ministries, to check vehicles, even on the road, to identify faults, so that we will take such individuals to put those faults rightly. And for the mobile court, for those that are recalcitrant, we'll take them to court, and so that they can be attended to accordingly.
At the end of the year time, the Ember month, most of the business activity do wind up. The production sector will wind up. The workers will be moving down to their villages to celebrate with their family or loved one, and that's why in the Ember month period, we used to increase our advocacy, the traffic advocacy. We used to inform members of the public that there's no special peculiarity with that time. Just like people are rushing, and we do educate people that the time doesn't associate with any evil or thing or any mate. It's just that people are not patient enough. That's why we used to experience crashes at the period of Ember month period. But if we are patient enough, Ember month is just like other months.
Increase in mobility, activities and movement of people also cause some of the road crashes during the period. This is because festivities like Christmas and the New Year celebrations are associated with Ember month. As a result, the Kwara State Road Safety Corps, in collaboration with other safety agencies, have the responsibility to deploy adequate personnel on the road to arrest traffic violators to serve as deterrent to others in order to make the season accident-free. Morning Safari continues in the studio.
Welcome back from the background report, and now to the discussion segment. I have with me Frederick Ogidon. He is the Corps Commander, Sector Command, Federal Road Safety Corps, Kwara State Command. Welcome. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Pleasure to have you here.
It's my pleasure to be here too.
So let's start this way. Ember month, as the name implies, and we know it's months that end with Ember. Well, how best can you describe this month?
Well, Ember months are the months that start from September up to December, and because they all end with BER, we classify them as Ember months. Okay. And this is the period of the year where activities on the road are at its highest peak. Okay. High vehicular movement, high human movement, a lot of transportation on the road, people moving to see their loved ones, transporters trying to catch on the festive period so that they can make more gains. And you know, and also is also associated with crashes. So when you see a lot of vehicular movement and human movement on the road, automatically you expect that crashes will also occur. So these are the months that are known as Ember months. But people tend to believe that because it is Ember month, it is only associated with crashes. It is not true. It is our attitude to the road as a result of this period that brings about these multiple crashes that we see. So Ember month is like any other month. There is no mystery about it. But how we are able to manage the road, manage the vehicles and the human movement on the road, that determines how we end it well.
Okay. So we've observed that we have frequent crashes on the road at this period. But why is it so?
Yes, like I already said, crashes could be high on this at this period of the year, December months, between September and October, because this is a period when people have worked from January to September, getting to December. They want to ordinarily go and rest because of the festive period and the holidays that are expected to follow. You have Christmas Day holiday, Boxing Day holiday, you'll be having 31st, you know, last day or 1st of the following year. So a lot of break period. So these are periods that people set aside to travel. And you know, because of the nature of our country, we mixed up. A lot of people from the west are working in the north, those in the east are working in the west, in the north, and stuff like that. So at this point of the year, people want to ordinarily go back home, see loved ones, see parents, check their businesses. Some go to see, there are a lot of ceremonies that comes up within this period. Wedding ceremony, burial ceremony. So a lot of people are moving. So there is high volume of traffic. There is pressure on the road. And when people are not careful, you discover that crashes occur. A crash that would ordinarily not occur when the road is not busy might occur if the person just takes his attention off the road for a second. You could be running into a vehicle, you could be veering off the road because you won't have enough space. All the space are occupied by other vehicles or humans. So that is one of the reasons why crashes occurred. And these crashes occurred because those using the road are not patient. Just like the theme of our Ember Month campaign for this year is talking about avoid speeding, overloading, and use of unsafe tires to arrive alive. You discover that because people want to rush from Ilorin to Lagos or to Abuja, they move at excessive speed that is not permissible. The highest speed one should go on in any car on Nigerian roads is 100 kilometers per hour. It's even lesser for buses, for trucks, for articulated vehicles, for tow trucks that are towing other vehicles. They shouldn't move. But you see somebody moving at 120, 150, 160, 170, 180, top speed, excessive speed. So these are the causes of these crashes. Then you now talk of our drivers who are trying to make ends meet. Vehicles that should carry 3 people per row, you now force 4 people into them. And every of these passengers will definitely have one luggage or the other. You won't be traveling home without bringing your people will be expecting a lot of goodies from you. So people will load their bags, buy bags of beans, bags of rice. These buses are overloaded and you are on the road speeding. And you know that the moment the weight of the goods you are carrying, goods and passengers mixed up in most vehicles, is more than the capacity the vehicle is made for, every other thing in that vehicle malfunctions. Ordinarily, where you think if you apply your brake, the vehicle will stop, it won't stop anymore because the pressure is too much on the road. Then also we'll talk about tires. We are used to buying cheap Tokumbo tires. People are using their money to buy debt. These tires has expired. They have been done with from where they are coming from, and we now buy them as if we are buying new tires, put them in our vehicles, and we are moving at excessive speed. They blow up. And what do you see? You see vehicles somersaulting, 10, 15, 6, 7, 10, 15 people in one crash, dying, like we have witnessed of recent. Even though we have embarked on serious intervention patrol to ensure that people don't use these tires and people don't move at excessive speed. So those are the causes of these crashes at this point of the night. Coupled with the fact that people still don't believe that you don't need to travel at night. Night traveling. When the crash happens, people will be there in the bush, the vehicle has veered up, the vehicle is on people. Nobody will know. Other vehicles will be passing. So, but if it's in the daytime, people will raise alarm, FRS will be called, the Kwatma, everybody on the road, the police will go and rescue. But when you travel at night and crashes happen, nobody is there to assist. You discover that the effect is always fatal. A lot of people die. Thank you.
You talked about traveling at this period. Would you advise family members to travel in the same vehicle at this period?
Well, thank you very much for that very important question. You know, the days are gone when an entire family should pack themselves in a vehicle and be traveling along the road. I, for instance, December is approaching. Definitely my families will be coming to Ilorin to visit me. They are not here in Ilorin. I've made arrangements as to how they will come. They will put the 2 young ones and 1 elderly one in a vehicle that will bring them. Their mother and the rest will be brought in her own car. We have separated it. So we cannot afford to risk the entire family members in one trip. Supposing something happens, we always say, hey, God forbid, God forbid. We know God forbids. We are not praying for anything bad. But like we say, prevention is better than cure. So it's not advisable that the entire family members should pack themselves in a vehicle and travel. It's not safe.
Safe at all. Okay, you talked about most of the man-made errors that cause this road accidents. So what have you put in place to cope the situation?
Thank you very much. These man-made errors, like I said, excessive speed, we have deployed the use of power bikes to calm vehicles down on the highway. The power bike moves at 120 kilometers per hour ahead of other vehicles, and anyone trying to overtake is asked to go back. That is one measure. Another measure that still has to do with excessive speed, we are ensuring, we have long started this battle and we are succeeding, we are winning the war, that all commercial vehicles must install a speed limiting device in their vehicles. It's a device that is connected to the engine of the vehicle, as such that, and it is programmed at a specific speed for buses, maybe 80 kilometers or 90 kilometers per hour. The moment the driver is trying to exceed that speed, that device will ordinarily bring down the speed of the driver to ensure that the driver does not move at the speed that could be suicidal. So this is also an advice to motorists and to owners of vehicle, owners of transport organization, those in haulage business. Try and fix this speed limiting device in your vehicle. They speak for you when you are not there. They will control the vehicle for you. Apart from the fact that it helps in preventing vehicles from excessive speed, it also helps in economizing the fuel economy of the vehicle. Because if you move at excessive speed, definitely you're going to burn more fuel. So if you want to save money so you can maximize your profit, ensure you install these speed limiting devices so that they don't run at excessive speed. That is one. At parks, motor parks, so far so well. My public enlightenment officer is very much around us here. We have done over 20 public enlightenment campaigns at motor parks, advocacies in churches, at the mosque, park advocacies, early morning cry. Will you believe that we go as early as possible to motor park to cry to motorists, unions and drivers, as you are leaving the park? Don't overspeed. Don't take alcohol that will influence your driving. Make sure your tires are in order. They should not be overinflated. They should not be underinflated. They must not be expired tire. Any tire that spent 4 years after its years of manufacture is expired. So they should not use expired tires and as such. And we also advise strongly that they should not travel at night. So these are some of the, and these campaigns will be on till the early month of February and January, I mean, and it will be, it's something that's what we are paid to do, and we've been doing it and we'll continue to do it to ensure that the roads is safe for Nigerians.
What if the motorists break the law? How do you penalize that?
Yes, they know the motorists, any motorist that goes against traffic rules and regulations should be ready to pay for it. First and foremost, we issue them tickets. They pay exorbitant prices. They could pay as much as 50,000 if you are driving dangerously. You could pay as much as 10,000 if you are driving without the use of the driver's license. If you don't have the driver's license and you are driving, it shows that you are not trained. So it's only those that are trained, that have gone to driving school, they've been tested by the VIO, and driver's license have been issued to them, that are qualified to drive. So if you are not driving, if you are driving and you don't have a driver's license, it invariably shows that you are not trained. You are just one person that is out there to make life uncomfortable for Nigerians. So we also arrest such people and we penalize them. At times we hold their vehicles in our office and we make them to sit down, the public alignment officers and the other officers, we take them on driving courses in our office. They watch accident films so that they see what happens when a crash happens. How people have their legs severed, their hand cut off, those whose brains are smashed on the highway. So this will kind of reflect on their emotions, and they have a change of attitude. So anyone that breaks traffic rules, there are consequences. Yes.
So how do you manage the syndrome of have Godfatherism? You might maybe catch someone that has broken the law and someone up there calls you, please release him. How do you do?
The road safety system is very simple.
Okay.
If you know that you have a son or a child that you want to serve as a godfather to, if he contravenes traffic rules, then you should be ready to bring out the money to pay for the fines. Because the moment the person is arrested and he has been booked, if you call, you only tell, thank you sir, we appreciate your call, the man has been booked, this is his ticket. Then maybe because he's a godfather to the boy or wife or whoever it is, he will cough out the money. And at the time he is paying exorbitantly for that, we will definitely oblige whoever calls. We will listen to him, we listen to his complaint, but we also have our own modus operandi. When a person is booked, we don't have the powers to waive anymore.
So no call can affect it?
No call can affect it.
Okay, all right. Okay.
These are issues of human lives. So we must not play with it. It's not a matter of, you say, Godfather, will the Godfather bring the person's life back when it's gone? You understand? So the best Godfathers should do to their wards is to tell them to do the appropriate thing. There are driving schools, send them there to learn how to drive. If there is anyone that is not too good, send them to our office. We do free drivers lectures, drivers training for them on a pro bono basis. We don't collect any fines for that. Send them to our office and we'll tell them the right thing to do. Our main goal is to ensure that people don't die in road traffic accidents. We also want to ensure that by the year 2030, at least we would have reduced road traffic crash fatality by minimum 50%. We want a situation where people will have, fuller lives. When the roads are safe, you live your life to the maximum. What costs short people's life is just recklessness on the part of motorists and crashes. You see a prime young man, he has graduated, is a professional, all of it, one reckless driver will just cut his life short. If our roads are safe, we'll be able to live our life to the fullest and we will achieve our goals and what God has determined us to do in life.
So what other collaboration do you have with other stakeholders managing the road? Thank
you very much. In terms of collaboration and stakeholders, that you say, FRSC is an organization that is open to stakeholders, and we do a lot of collaboration. We have stakeholders. Even NTA is our stakeholder, because we are using this forum to educate motorists at home. We are playing a vital role. The press, they are our stakeholders. We rely solely on them to help us disseminate the news, the stories about safety on the road, and how people. So I just watched a documentary on your Ember Month and how you have interviewed various organizations that is related to road traffic crashes and the Ember Month. That is a wonderful one. We also collaborate with all the transport unions, be it National Union of Road Transport Workers, be it Road Transport Employer Association, or Kada Riders Association, Tricycle Owners Association of Nigeria, a numerous, at the petroleum tanker drivers, and all of them. They are all our stakeholders. And what we do is that we take this campaign right to their doorsteps. We are always in their office to talk to them. When we see their drivers not doing the right thing, if we cannot arrest immediately, we call the organizations that we want so driver with so number on his vehicle. And they oblige us. They bring them, we sit them down. If we need to penalize them, if we need to re-educate them, you know, and give them serious PE, public enlightenment, we do that. So all these stakeholders too. Recently we launched our Ember Month campaign at Harmony Motor Park, this Kwara Express there at Ofaru. All our stakeholders were there in numbers. NTA too was there. So that is what we have been doing. And we've been collaborating. A lot of them even sponsor some of our public enlightenment programs to ensure that we talk to people and even talk to children in primary, secondary schools who are members of our road safety club. Then we also have our special marshals that are doing a wonderful job, you know, of taking this message to the grassroots, to the nooks and crannies of the city, to ensure that everybody is safety conscious. Thank you.
And your final words to the motorists, advise them on the road safety.
Yes, thank you very much, Presenter. You know, the year is getting to an end. It's close to December. By next year, we'll be talking about 2023. By 2023 is an election year. It's a year that will be savoring our victories and defeat. My advice to motorists, please let us ensure we use the road well. Let's obey traffic rules. Let us not overspeed. Let us not overload our vehicles. Let us use good tires. Let us not drive at night, because when the crash happens, FRSC might not be there. Before they call us and we get there, it is difficult. And even look at the cases of bandits at night, even in the daytime. So why should you travel at night? So we are advising motorists to be extra careful towards the end of the year. And like we say in FRSC, only the living celebrates. If you are alive, you celebrate. If you are not alive, those who are alive will celebrate and you'll be gone. So please, let's ensure we imbibe road safety and ensure we obey traffic rules and regulations.
Thank you very much for coming.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. You've heard it from the corps commander himself. He has said it. Only the living celebrate. So ensure you obey traffic rules and ensure you drive with speed limits so that we can live and have crash-free journeys. Next on our lineup is entertainment with Mansurat Ajisoye.
I can't take your pain away, but I can make you feel better. If you stay another day, we can do it together. From sundown to sunup, we go walk together. We go do the two forever. From sundown
Hello and welcome to another interesting entertainment segment on Morning Safari, your favorite breakfast show. I'm Monserrat Abisoye, and today, as usual, I will be giving you hot, trending, and interesting entertainment gist that will keep you edged on your seat and glued to your screen. I know you cannot wait to hear my gist, but I need to go on a short break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still entertainment segment on Morning Safari. And now to the gist. Tiwa Savage becomes the first female Afrobeat artist to hit 1 million views on YouTube within 24 hours. Internationally famous Nigerian female Afrobeat singer Tiwa Savage has taken the music industry by storm with her latest comeback single, Loaded. The new single by Celia Crooner has set the record of becoming the first song by a female Afrobeat artist to hit over 1 million views on YouTube within 24 hours of its release. Tiwa's new track, Loaded, which features fast-rising Afro street sensation Asake, has gone viral online, stirring emotions of negative and positive criticisms. Wow, that's a good comeback. I love the fact that she's able to stand upright after all criticisms, and that's a lesson to all. And come to think of it, have you listened to the song? Like seriously, the Gbedu is a hit song. Like seriously, you need to go and listen to the song. And moving on to the next gist. Nigerian megastar Davido's upcoming Are We African Yet? AWAY Atlanta Festival has been postponed till November 2023 in light of the recent family tragedy. The AYWA Festival was scheduled to hold on November 18, 2022 at the 20,000 capacity State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. The show, headlined by the multi-award winning megastar, was going to be supported by several stars including Mayor Kun, Stonebwoy, Benson, Kiss Daniel, Fuse, Loje, and other artists. However, in light of the recent painful loss of his son, the festival has been pushed back by 12 months as it's now set to hold on November 18, 2023. The management made this revelation in a statement yesterday announcing the postponement. This is foul, like seriously. But that's a good idea. That's a good decision, like seriously. And to the last gist for today. Kolawole abandoned me for 4 years with pregnancy for Toyin Abraham. Pregnant woman allegedly cries out. A pregnant woman has called out actress Toyin Abraham for allegedly snatching her husband. The actress is married to her colleague Kolawole Ajayemi, who she has a child for. The pregnant woman has alleged that Toyin snatched her now husband from her. In a video that is going viral, the woman claimed to have gotten pregnant for Kolawole 4 years ago before he ditched her for the actress. She stated that she has been unable to deliver the actor's child and has been carrying the pregnancy for 4 years. After consulting spiritual help, she was told that until Kolawole returns, she would not be able to deliver the child. She called on Toyin Abraham's fan to help her beg the actress to leave her husband alone. This one weak me, oh. While I don't wear kokoshu like this, I beg, wait till we do this again. This one is deep. Being pregnant for 4 years. This one is deep. Oh. And this is where we're drawing the curtain for today on entertainment segment on Morning Safari. I believe you enjoyed yourself as much as I did. And to the sport lovers, the next segment is well packaged for your enjoyment. So next time I comes your way, I say bye and have a lovely weekend.
Welcome to your favorite breakfast show, Morning Safari. I am Olabode Samson. On our lineup of stories for today, Ballon d'Or runner-up Sadio Mane was named in Senegal's World Cup squad by coach Alain Cisse on Friday despite a recent injury. Cisse said he hoped the condition of the Bayern Munich attacker would improve within a few weeks, and declared himself really optimistic that the injury will not require an operation. The 30-year-old was diagnosed with an injury to his right fibula and will undergo further tests. Sadio Mane is an important player in our squad. It is important to continue to follow up his injury, hoping that in 2 or 3 weeks there will be progress, but we are really optimistic. UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira shared an intense face-off at Madison Square Garden ahead of their fight on Saturday night. The former kickboxer will fight for the 3rd time in their professional history this weekend, having fought twice in the kickboxing ring before Adesanya moved full-time into MMA, where he is considered a potential all-time great after a dominant run at the middleweight. Alex has just 7 professional MMA fights to his name, but has raised the title contention with 3 quick-fire wins in the UFC. Adesanya maintains that he won their 4th meeting and that he was dominating their 2nd one before he was knocked out. However, he still owes 2 losses to his rival and giving the Brazilian considerable size. Could Lorena Witt soon become a permanent member of the cycling circuit? As arguably the fastest sprinter in the women's peloton, she still has unfinished business on the road. But as she says to herself, I want to keep my options open. With the 23-year-old Duchess woman recently been announced for the Super Prestige Cross in the Nile next Friday, she'll be discussing possibility of racing in more cyclist events. Just look at Launch's brand, she says. She shows that there are possibilities to combine in the field and on the road. And that will be all on sports. Morning Safari continues.
Welcome back. Pregnancy for 4 years. I should take her to the theater for operation. She needs to bring out that baby fast. I can't stay for 4 years with pregnancy. Okay, on that sporting note, we come to the end of this week's edition of Morning Safari. From me, Amina Yusuf. It's bye for now.